Hi, I'm here to talk to you about emotional intelligence. We talked about emotional intelligence in class and discussed how useful it is to have high emotional intelligence for our both personal and professional success. And in this video, I'd like to focus on the components of emotional intelligence, and in the subsequent video, I'll talk about some tips for increasing emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is thought of as having a few components. One is to perceive emotions in ourselves and in others, our ability to understand emotions as well as their causes and consequences, our ability to effectively express how we feel, and our ability to regulate emotions not only in ourselves but also in others. So before we can even work with emotions effectively, the first thing we really need to know is how we are feeling. What is my mood? Am I feeling energized and happy? Am I feeling serene and calm? Am I feeling kind of down in the dumps, right? What is my mood? Or what is my feeling? Am I feeling jealous? Am I feeling excited? Am I feeling bored? Am I feeling curious or frustrated? All kinds of emotional words that are useful to put in place to accurately label how we feel or how others may feel. Maybe we don't know how another person is feeling, but we get a sense that maybe their body language and their facial expressions and their eye contact or lack of are suggesting that the person is not feeling that well. Maybe we don't know exactly what that feeling is, but we get a sense that it's not a positive feeling. Or we do get a sense that it's maybe frustration or anger because it's pretty clearly written on the person's face or body language, etc. The next is our ability to understand feelings, kind of understand where they come from, what causes our mood, our feeling. Why am I feeling joy? Why am I feeling down in the dumps? Why am I feeling jealous or joyful? What is the cause of it, right? Because then we can work with emotions a little bit more effectively. If we know that spending too much time with a family member we love makes us feel kind of down and dejected, that is useful, right? It is useful to know that that person has the effect on us that is not very positive, right? And we can maybe do something about it. Or we can also figure out that if I'm feeling a little low and not only my mood is low, but my energy is low, I can't work very productively. I don't get as much done, I can't think as clearly, and that is very useful to know. Our ability to express emotions, very important, something that a lot of us hesitate to do, but it turns out that when I feel a lot of especially strong feelings inside and I'm trying not to show them, they're probably shining through even though I don't want them to. And so it actually helps, even though we don't want to necessarily or need to share how we feel at all times or even in the majority of situations. There are certainly times and moments in which it is very useful to just state how we feel. Our ability to regulate emotions, very important, especially when the emotional temperature is very high or maybe very low. Maybe I'm feeling so down that I can't even get myself to do a whole lot. Or I'm feeling so frustrated that it's not even a frustration anymore, but it's anger, and I can't even think clearly, because the truth is, when we have a very high emotional temperature, we can't think clearly. We can't problem solve. We can't concentrate. We're pretty impaired by intense feelings. They're natural, but if we learn how to regulate them, how to bring down the emotional temperature, we can still listen to them, we can still try to understand them, and we can certainly then express them or work with them a lot more productively if we are not in that red hot zone that we may have started out at. On this note, I'm going to stop right here, and I will follow with the video with a few tips on how we can increase our emotional intelligence. Thank you for your attention.